So hi and welcome back, and I'm back to doing videos on film. I'm hoping that pleases the audience in general, and I know I've had a kind of a strange few weeks. I've been away, obviously working and stuff like that, so it's been kind of difficult for me, and I've got like loads of cameras with all sorts of different films in. And originally I was just going to do a video about the I have to read this because there's so many. There's the Adox CHS102. Now initially I was just going to do a video on this film and my thoughts about it, and then I'm thinking to myself, I've got loads of developers in the cupboard. I've got this is quite relatively cheap in comparison to other films, and I'm trying to find films at different film speeds that suit my needs and I know I can work with. However, you then get the problems with the developers in the sense that you have to work out which is the best developer for you. So I'm trying to find out what is my favourite developer for this film. So in this particular instance, I've used FX39, and I'm going to be using the 510 Pyro. I'm going to be using the ID11. I'm using the Rodinal to see which one of these ones performs best with this film for my particular needs. So in this video, you're going to see me wandering around London, taking photographs and stuff, and then we're going to look at the actual photographs at the end that I've done, and you can see what I think of FX39 with this film. The reason I originally was going to use FX39 was I saw Adox on their own Instagram page with film developed in FX39, and it was really good. So was I pleased with it? Yeah, I was pleased with what I've taken, but can I get something that's more suitable to what I need in other developers? And we'll see that over the next coming few weeks. I've got to get some ID11, and obviously the reason I'm doing this with the less expensive films is I just cannot afford to buy the expensive black and white films, you know, the deltas and that sort of thing. They're just becoming too expensive for me. So anyway, if you'd like to buy me a coffee, there's a link in the description below, and enjoy the video. Okay, so now it's Friday. So 2 days I did nothing. Didn't really do any photography. I didn't finish off the portrait film. I've managed to do that now. So and I'm back in London doing some work, and I'm going to take some more shots. I've got some CHS 102 in the camera, and I probably called it something wrong in the other part of the video. So I'm just on the North Bank, and I'm just going to get a few shots on here with this film. I've got some really lovely reflection shots of the shard in a building that's behind me, which I won't show you, which you'll see when I get the photographs processed. Anyway, onwards. Okay, so it's very windy, and I'm down by the Thames again, and it's somewhere I've wanted to come to for a long time, never got around to doing it, or had the time, and I've got a few hours left in London. I have to be here, so I thought I'd come here, and it's like, it's now the occasion is like, I wish I'd brought other lenses with me as well. And the reason I'm here, I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm looking at. I've always wanted to come to the Thames Barrier. Now I'd have loved to have come down here back in the 1980s when there was no like buildings and stuff. I mean, obviously looking into the South Bank there's lots of buildings, but where I am on the North Bank there's loads of development and loads of posh modern flats and stuff. So I've just come here to take a few photographs of this before I head back to Bedford. So yeah, that's the reason I'm here, and I wish I'd have brought a different film, different camera, different lens. You know the story. Anyway, I was going to see what I can get. I've just done a few shots of the Thames Barrier, and I'm walking back to the Doctor's Light Railway, but there's this really weird garden they've got. I walked over the bridge and I've taken some photographs there, which you should see now if they've come out alright. And I really wanted to try and get both these films done. I'm on about 28 shots on this first film, and I've got about 6 left on the other film, but this place is just crazy. And it's got these pathways with these long pathways, and it's really cool. So I thought I'd bring you down here as well. So I'm heading back. I can probably see the Docklands Right Railway train just going into the station now. So that's where I'm heading, hopefully. This will get me out, and you get these really weird, like if I come down here you can see it's sort of like a really cool like garden pathway. So I'm hoping you can see that alright. And I'm literally just, as I say, heading back home now. I had to wait till 7 o'clock before I get the train home anyway. It's going to take me about an hour to get back to St Pancras. That's if I decide to go back that way anyway. So yeah, so I hope you're enjoying this video, and I hope to be doing more of this, getting back out into London and doing these type of videos, because I really enjoy doing them, and it also like coincides with my other work as well, which is really cool. Anyway, we'll have a look at the photographs now. I've taken on both the rolls of CHS 200 Mark II. Okay, so I just want to look at these quite quickly if I can. I know that these videos have been getting quite long, and I don't want them to be over long unless you let me know and say, no, actually we prefer the longer videos to the shorter ones. But I just wanted to show you a few of the shots I took with this CHS 102, and it developed in FX39. And am I going to use it with FX39, or am I going to use it with other developers? Now, you know my favourite 400 is actually Fomapan 200 push processed. So I've got my 400 film, and I'm going to do a video on the different films that I like and will use regularly, go through and write down from the lowest ISO to whatever, 3200. Anyway, so I'm just going to quickly show you a few of these photographs I took, and these ones were by the Thames Barrier. It has a really nice tonal range, and I do like it. The grain is quite strong. Now, this problem here, I've had problems, and I think what it is, the thing that holds my negatives doesn't sit flat properly, and I think that's what's been causing that problem. So, as I say, the idea of the day actually was to go to the Thames Barrier and take a few shots. So I did, and I got some really lovely results. You know, really pleased with that. It's got a nice depth to it, and the tonal range is really good as well. Really like that. And this shot is probably a little dark, and you think I've got some specks on the negative. No, I haven't. They're actually birds. And I've got a drip mark coming down here. I was in such a rush to try and get this video out last night. It was just one of those things. I need to take more time, and I need to prepare better than I have been doing. But the favourite photograph of mine, or there's a couple of favourite photographs of mine. There is this one. And this is obviously by Tower Bridge, and it's got a really I don't know, it's just a nice shot. The only distraction is this right hand corner here, but that I've actually checked, and that's actually just cloud. It's not anything to do with damaged emulsion or anything I've done wrong in development. But I really do like it. It's a little bit flat though, but that's what you'd expect, because the tones in Tower Bridge and the tones in the actual statue are quite similar. And then you get shots like this. It's, oh my goodness. I think I was open up at probably about f5.6. I think I got quite close to them. But look at it. That is just absolute. To me, that's gorgeous. You know, so I zoom in on them. You can see. And you can see quite how strong the grain is in that. But that doesn't really bother me so much. It's whether I can get a good tonal range. But we will be checking against the different photographs and the grain, and see how much grainier one is from developers from another developer. And I'm not going to go down the process of, you know, setting up individual shots that look identical. I'm a photographer. I want to be out with a camera in a real life situation taking photographs, and that's how I'm going to do this test. Okay, let's have a look at a couple more. And this one was again by the Thames Barrier, and it's basically made, I think it was made out of clay, and it was stuck to the wall. And nice, but the wall wasn't white at all. It was like a cement color, so that's why it's quite dark. Let's take a look at a couple more. And you saw me in the video talking about this and walking down this path here. Yeah, that's quite nice. Quite pleased with that. And I wanted to get a shot of the train leaving the station here, and I did that, and it didn't look as good as I thought it would do. I'm going to see if I can find that one for you so you can have a look at that. Well, I did 2 or 3, and no, it's not that one. It's that one, the Docklands Light Railway leaving the station. And I really need to look at this, because I'm getting problems with the soft corners, and this isn't good at all. So zoom in, and you can see the Docklands Light Railway. Problem is, it kind of like blends in with the background, so it doesn't work really well. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about what I should be doing And do you like this? Do you like it in FX39? We'll look at the other developers over the coming weeks. I'm going to get some more film, and we'll go from there. Right, speak soon.